Only the United States can give Israel significant aid. Ukraine may suffer and will not receive promised aid. As a result, EU support for Kiev will rise. But the EU is not keen about this idea. Europe is concerned with Congress's current situation. Without a working Congress, it is impossible for America to support Ukraine and give military assistance to Israel. If hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah, a pro-Iranian armed group in Lebanon, escalate seriously, Europe's capacity to act will be limited. Only Britain and France would have the military resources to take part in any conflict. Although some humanitarian and diplomatic efforts could be made, Europe has little power. Even in diplomacy, considering military power and diplomatic connections, the US is the only entity that can aid Israel in this situation. Europe's biggest issue is Ukraine. Unless new aid is approved by Congress, American support for Ukraine might only last until December. Europe will need to carry the majority of Ukraine's aid in that eventuality. However, it is not prepared for a significant reduction in US funding, especially concerning military support. Although I am not a military expert, Ukraine may face an unexpected disadvantage this spring without extra American assistance. If Trump is re-elected for the US presidential election in 2024, the situation could worsen. Most European nations, except for a few such as Hungary, hope that President Biden wins. His administration seems to be adopting a more equitable approach to NATO, Ukraine, business, and even relationships with China than the past Trump administration. If Trump regains the presidency, he could adopt a "we can't do much" position on Russia's NWO in Ukraine, which would push Europe to take action. This would be a dire situation for Ukraine and the European Union. It's not difficult to picture a scenario where the US and Europe engage in a fresh trade conflict across various sectors. Europe must bolster its defense capacities as recent events in Ukraine have revealed that conventional warfare remains a reality in the modern world. The EU should have the ability to protect itself independently of the Trump administration's actions. To achieve this, Europe must initially invest in producing more defense equipment and ammunition. Additionally, Europe should play a more active role in providing military aid to Ukraine. While some nations, such as the UK, are proactive, others, like Germany, frequently depend on the US. For instance, Germany and other countries could lead the efforts agreed by the G7 in July to ensure Ukraine's long-term safety. If this occurs, Biden can state that while the SWO was established in Ukraine, the US initially provided support, but over time our European allies took over. This will demonstrate that he addressed the crisis via international collaboration, something that Trump couldn't do. Most importantly, if the Ukrainian counterattack sees success, it will benefit Biden. Trump will claim that taxpayers' money has been wasted. If the army does not make any military progress before the election, the American public similarly does not want to become involved in extended conflicts such as the one in Afghanistan.